Hi, everybody.
Sunny's mooning you. Hi, everybody.
Big hello from Sunny.
Hello from Sunny. Hi, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
And me, Banshee. Welcome to the show. Hi, Libra. I'll get you on the list. And hi, Kelsey.
Hi,
I'll get
Kelsey.
you on the list.
And anyone else that popped in recently?
We're doing fine, Kelsey. Thank you.
Mhm.
Let me get you.
Just busy. But who is it?
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, he won't let me use my arm. Well, anyway, what else is new? Welcome. While
Yes.
people are piling in, I just want to remind everybody that next week's happy hour, if you come to that show, will be at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's the only time change this week. Everything else is business pretty much as usual.
All right.
All right, so I am going to use for the collective today.
Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie. The whoopsie, cards are sticking to it. The Liminal Forest Oracle by M.J. Goulinet. Mr. O, why don't you do a shuffle and cut for me while I get Libra's question?
All righty.
Thank you. All right. Oh, wow. Nice, Namira. That's good to hear.
Oh, that's very nice. Silence is golden.
Thank you, Mr. O. Just take the top. Okay. Whoa. Wow, what a beautiful card. It's called Dream. Dream a little dream.
Dream a little dream for me. Hi, Spirit Connections.
My Spirit Connections will get you on the list.
You want me to do that?
I just realized I didn't update the numbers. Let me do that. Yeah, you could do that.
Alrighty.
I'll put the number 8 in already for you, though. All right, just put the name in.
Sure.
Or questions, too, if you can, but that's all right. Dream, dream, dream. I'm trying to find dream. Here we are. Okay, Sonny. Let's give Mommy some room. Dreams, when imagined as our future goals and desires, are crucial in guiding us towards personal fulfillment and achievement. Our dreams help us muddle through tough, challenging days, knowing something better is on the horizon. Healthy dreams inspire positive action, align with our core values, and are realistic and adaptable, fostering resilience and a balanced approach to life. They motivate us by providing direction, enhancing creativity, and building self efficacy, acting as compasses that navigate our life choices and fuel our personal growth. To ensure these dreams lead to satisfaction rather than disappointment, it's essential to ground them in reality, seeing specific, measurable goals and being open to adjusting based on new information or changing circumstances. Avoiding the trap of fantasy involves mindful consideration of our capabilities, seeking feedback to remain grounded, and celebrating each step forward, thus transforming our aspirations into tangible achievements without succumbing to the pitfalls of unrealistic expectations or the neglect of other important life areas. Look out across the land. What dreams come to mind? Wow. Wow, yeah, being realistic about your dreams, Some of our leaders, for example, have some unrealistic dreams right now, in my opinion. But, I'm not going to go there. Just realize that dreams our goals and dreams are more attainable if we if we keep them realistic and if we realize that, I mean, it's okay to shoot for the moon, sure, and give it a shot, but you have to realize that if they're not very realistic, they're not likely to be able to be manifested. Shoot for the moon if you want, or make some realistic dreams and pursue them
And of
successfully.
course, I think of that old Steppenwolf song, Fantasy Will Set You Free.
Oh, well, it's true. I like to have lofty dreams. Hey, I always dreamt things, and I was ahead of my time. I wanted to be, I wanted to be a sports announcer and go to games and be a reporter. And that was back when I was a kid, and there was no way women were getting into the locker room back then.
And I bet none of you ever thought that Mr. O wanted to be a rock and roll star one
There you go.
time.
There you go.
I never wanted that.
Yes, you did.
Oh well.
Anyway, but
Hi, love Lou.
we have to be realistic and make sure we can back up those dreams with the knowledge and skills to
So
see
this
it
is the part where
through.
you say, Mr. O, can you sing tenor?
It's just the
Tenor,
same song, only faster.
tenor 15 miles away.
Oh dear. Anyway, so let's see. We got spirit connections. We've got love lose. So that would bring it
I
to
didn't get their questions in,
10 now. Nor did you update the numbers, but that's okay. I did.
nor did I do that.
I know. I see that.
What good am I?
What good are you?
I'm just a singer in a rock and roll band.
A wannabe singer in a wannabe rock and roll band.
Okay, well, you understand.
All right. Let's see. We had Kelsey Spirit Connections. Me. Uh, let's see. Oh, Lovelu, no, we cannot do it on the fly like that. You need to give us advance warning. So we'll have to do a birthday reading for you another time. Maybe Thursday. Would you be available on Thursday for it? We'd be happy to do it for you. We always tell people, give us time so we can schedule it in.
Yeah, because we need to do it right away in the beginning, and so that's why we need to schedule it ahead.
But happy birthday! Hey, I don't want to take away your birthday. Happy birthday to you. I hope you had a great one.
The reading's good for a whole year, so I'm sure it'll be helpful to you.
Indeed.
And there's the Sun Man again. Hello there, Sun Man.
So, Lovelu, if you want to have another question answered today, please leave it, okay? And we'll do that for you. But we'll save the birthday reading for Thursday. I'm going to put it, just let us know if that works for you or next Sunday's better. I can put it on my list here to remind us. All right. Okay, so far, I think I'm only missing, let me see. Ah, 60, you are! It's your birthday today? Holy moly, Jackie. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
69, that is what I'm turning this year.
Earlier I was remarking to Banshee, but throughout my life, it seems to me like Libra's in a certain time period in October and Capricorn's in a certain time period in January always seem to be amongst my better friends.
Ah,
I'm thinking of people like Terry and Todd
that's true.
and Lori from Southfield.
And your son?
And my son, of course. So happy birthday.
All right, Jackie. I am posting your question, and then I'm posting the updated list. Jackie is first. All right, so it is unresolved emotional relationship issues over a past life. Did you bring any over? Wow, that's a good one.
Okay. And I'm going to use my Egyptian Nefertari themed.
And I buried that other deck of mine. Now, that one might have helped, but it might have also given unhelpful information. It's a little tricky with that one. I still have to figure out how to work with it better. Okay, we'll do that for you. And if you have to leave, note your place in the list, Love Lou, and we will do it for you.
Okay, Jackie. Ooh. Our first card is Death in this tarot. It's Anubis, of course, who has a great connection to the Egyptian cosmos.
That's going to be interesting. Is that upright? It is
It's
upright.
upright.
Uh huh. All right, let me get
Second
this.
card is the Hermit reversed.
I really have a thought already here.
And the final card is the Knight of Cups upright.
Well, it's really interesting. This reading just really says no, in my opinion. I feel here there's not really unresolved issues. As a matter of fact, when I look at death, it seems as though, if anything, your love relationships, helped create changes in your lives as you went along. I think Jeff says you transitioned from them, changing maybe some things from what had happened from your past, but not bringing any baggage with you per se. It's really interesting, or nothing that's hanging in this lifetime that I can see here with these cards.
Well, this is really is interesting.
Yeah.
And whether, we are fans of Egyptian beliefs or mythos, Anubis symbolically weighs our hearts, our souls on a scale. And I think this is a sign saying, like, you made a karmic purity test here, or at least in a gestalt way, like, there's no past lives that have major angst waiting for the karma to develop.
I want to throw these out there right
All
now,
right.
too.
So maybe you don't feel that way, Jackie. We should talk. What is that?
The moon.
Oh, the moon. I'm sorry.
And,
I'm looking at the card like,
right,
how many?
it's the pagan Lenormand.
I'm a little brain farty today.
And the tree.
The tree.
So I know maybe it could be under other issues.
Well, I'm not totally done here because I
Yeah,
think
go
there's still.
on. Sure,
I
sure.
think that maybe there's something about the idea of relationships that move with you that are maybe big emotional ones, loves between your lifetimes. I think that that's maybe why the knight is there, is that maybe you are seeking, that person, that one person that is a soulmate of some sort, or that maybe characterizes some of the movement of your soul that you had to move beyond a sense of where, like when you're so enlightened or so I don't want to say perfect, but the need to be incarnate isn't as strong because maybe there's no particular lesson to learn, but something else compels you to return, like seeking that soulmate.
Well, Jackie, I
I
am
went way
just
out there, right?
no, I don't care what you said because I have this thing's just moving for me. I feel here that with death here, like I said, there is you've been changed and transformed through your experiences in love in your past life. And it's possible here, you make shifts every time, into new terrain maybe. I think the hermit being reversed here is indicating to me that you come out of these lives like you're coming out of the hermit's cave, wiser and better. So I don't know that there is issues. I think that you grow from this. And that really became evident when I pulled the Lenormand later, but we'll get to that. When I look at that last card, I feel here that you've had your ups and downs in life, your emotional ups and downs, because when I see the Knight of Cups
Cups.
here, it's a very fluid thing. Their emotions are very fluid. You seem to be able to navigate, relationships as needs be, at least in this life, and I think maybe it's because because of, like I said, you seem to take knowledge and grow from that. And look, you've got the tree here to prove that, and the moon, which indicates to me that, there is growth from, the sector of love and romance in your past lives. You've learned a lot, you've grown a lot. Hey, you maybe have had those bumps and bruises along the way, because how do we learn and grow, right?
I think those Lenormands more pertain to the idea of the continuity of your lives coming back, no matter what the lessons that need to be learned or the experiences to be had. The tree, the idea of growth, the tree of life is sort of an eternal kind of tree, in Norse legend, it connects all the nine worlds, the moon itself, in most other spiritual or some spiritual traditions, but even Rumi talks about it, is so sacred, so beautiful, so spiritual, and always changing, always evolving. So I think these things add to the fact that what we were talking about up there are characteristic of trends in your life that really, you don't have really karmic baggage, I don't think.
Yeah, I
At
mean,
least not yet.
well, yeah, I don't know. If there's baggage, it's not showing up here. I can tell you that. It really isn't. It looks really positive.
Well,
So
we'll see. Maybe more will happen and we'll get a glimmer.
good luck with that.
Right. And Ari is changing her question. So she said she actually deleted
And I have
that
already
one.
taken care of it. I said, okay,
Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
yeah. But thanks for keeping me on track with that. Because really,
You're welcome.
all right. Okay, so we are moving on to Lena, and I have Lena's question.
Hi, Lena.
And there's
Jackie,
Lena's.
you're less than 2 months younger than me. I'm only not quite 2 months older than you.
And you're three
Well,
months.
well, it's a year, Ann.
And you're 3 months older than me.
That's right. Actually, if you turn 69, I'm a year and 2 months older than you are, approximately. I'm older.
Okay, so a spirit reading about how her mom is, how Leela, and if she has a message for Lena and her brother. Okay. Hey, Shirley. All right, I'm going to start with my winter tarot. Okay, you have the winter witch, which is the magician, upright. I'm sorry, reversed. It was reversed.
Hmm.
Apologize. And then you have the master, or the king of winter wands, Oh boy, reversed as well. Oh, I don't know why it's so negative right now, especially for a reading like this. The Two of Winter Wands is reversed. What do you have with the Lenormand, Mr. O? We'll see if this is connected to something. The book.
The book. And the garden.
Yes, that is correct. Okay. I think Lena, she worries. She wants you to not, she wants the both of you to make sure you're just not thrown off by her passing too much, so much so that you lose your motivation or drive to create, better lives for yourself now that she has passed. I do think that most of this is a message and not so much about how she is doing here. The Master of Winter Wand, unless Mr. O picks something up in that regard, and actually, I might in the Lenormand. I'm not sure yet. But I'm going to go through the next card too. The Master of Winter Wands indicates, she wants you to just, be courageous, be bold, be strong without her. Don't hold back and don't hold yourself back because either of you, because you feel less than now that she's no longer a part of your life and guiding you on the physical plane. And I'll stop there.
That first one's the magician,
Yes.
reverse.
Yes.
So, Lena, your mom may be worried about you losing your will or not understanding how your willpower should be working or not being able to apply aspects of your willpower or aspects of your creative self, your productive self, etc. So your mom is concerned, that you return fully to the life you have in that respect. Don't think that everything will happen for you, that you're still going to have a role to play with making things happen in your life. Did you go to the second card?
Yes, I did.
And that was the
King of Wands.
reversed, right?
Yep.
Yes. And so, to that effect, I think she says that maybe you have to strive to be a little braver, a little more courageous, a little bit more confident of yourself. That's what she wants. She wants you to try to find ways to feel more confident and really able to, set your pace and work with it, to move with it, to accomplish things. She maybe feels you have a lot to accomplish and you have to be able to bring your willpower as well as your confidence and other, strengths to that.
So this was for you and your brother. And I would add with the final card that she wants you to now, you know, she encourages you both to, make some more solid strategies and plans, for your life without her now. And just move forward, not be shy about it, just move forward and not feel bad about it either. It's just we move on. We move on. We keep our loved ones in our heart. And she wants you to always do that, I'm sure. But she also wants you to move on.
Is that the Three of Wands?
I think it's a two.
Okay. And it's reversed.
Yeah.
Right. Um, right. I feel that way too. I think what she is saying is that if you thought what happened with her and situations may have been a moment of reflection or change for you, it may not be exactly what you perceive. There may be some message there about how to move on, but I think she's more concerned that you live your life rather than you live the life you think she might have wanted for you.
That's beautiful. That's nice.
All right, so the Lenormand.
Yeah, I'm struggling with this one, and it's interesting to me because sometimes the garden can indicate a cemetery. So I was just throwing this around, and I'm thinking to myself is that she may share some things with you still from the grave, okay? So I'm sort of sticking with that motif here, even though it's not standard. It would be more standard if the cross was in the reading too. But I'm just feeling that. I'm just feeling that this is her from the grave saying she may have more wisdom to impart to either of you through dreams, signs, synchronicities, etc. So be alert for that. Recognize, for example, if she had a favorite bird or animal or something that, pops into your life all of a sudden. Um, Note that she might be trying to communicate with you.
And I think that's good. That could probably be, absolutely what could happen too. But I also feel this message could be saying that moving ahead, moving forward, will give you opportunities to learn other things that will be valuable, whether it's, just strictly wisdom or other things that can help you. And it doesn't negate the idea that maybe her presence might be in some of that. So
That's
good
true.
luck.
So good luck with that. I hope that gave you some
Good luck, Lena.
information there. All right. Namira is up. And Namira's question is, what do you see coming for me this week? Posting that. All right.
All right. I'm going to use my Egyptian tarot again.
Okay.
I've decided like I might use each of the decks I have several times before moving on to the next one, or at least if it feels that way. Hi, Numira.
Hey, Namira.
Is that just three cards, or do you think it's your?
Oh, I think three cards. Let's see.
Ready?
Yeah.
So the first one is the upright Two of Pentacles.
Okay.
The next one is the upright Seven of Pentacles.
Hmm. It's kind of interesting.
And then we have the reversed Page of Pentacles.
Oh,
So it's all
pentacles.
Pentacles.
Here, throw that out there. This is the cross in the Lenormand,
Okay, the cross.
and the light side of the clouds is facing the cross.
Light side of clouds.
All right. Well, this is interesting, Namira. It seems to do with, material matters, maybe finances, or it could be about your home. It could be about
Yeah.
that as well. Um, I feel here there's a little bit more balance and stability going on here. But you're with either your financial affairs or in your home life. I know there have been those issues there. And with the seven of, oh, wait a minute. That's the eight, isn't it?
No,
Oh,
it's the
it's seven.
seven.
Let me count pentacles right there. It's a seven of pentacles. But that maybe you're concerned that still more needs to be done to shore things up. You maybe need to step back a little bit and just wait and see how things are developing though. I think here that if things seem kind of calm and a tenuous balance right now, maybe step back a little bit and see what happens before you decide to do anything else.
Well, the Pentacles has a lot of material matters connotations, including our personal sense of security, whether it's about, safety or just actually feeling secure in one's home or domicile. And I'm tending to think, Namira, that this could be about the situation with the other tenant and your landlord and stuff. And I'm wondering if
I do think, yeah.
and I wonder if Banshee's right still that the idea is that there's more to be done here, that you made an investment in that, and or others also made their feelings known. I think you mentioned before, and so you're just sort of in a reprieve or semi stalemate kind of position. I do agree with the first card too. Of course, Two Pentacles says that this whole idea does bring stability and a feeling of things are gonna work their way out, or or somehow moderate.
But there's that last card,
That
the
last
page. There
card.
could be some unsettling news coming your way, or this could indicate to me that, maybe things are still a little bit shaky, by week's end. So I'm not saying it's going to be a perfect world here, because when you have the Two of Pentacles, it's kind of a juggling act, right? Things go
Sure,
up, things go down.
you
And
have to work at that
you
balance.
have to navigate it. And so if things start going south again, I would say, you need to address it probably right away to make sure that, we don't backpedal now. You're right. The things don't backpedal and go back to the way they were.
Is the landlord or anybody else in this situation particularly younger than you, or even naive, or um, immaturish in a way? Because the knave, the page could represent a younger person, or a person who's not very mature. They're not totally mature, but maybe there's some of that there. And I'm actually wondering if this represents some of the energies coming possibly from the tenant or somebody else, saying that, maybe they will lose interest in pursuing this question or following through with what's going on, only because, maybe it involves more work for them, and they sort of don't want to have to do certain things. So um, I'm just wondering that. With that, I want to shoot to the Lenormand,
Yes. What do
because
you
the
see?
clouds facing the cross. The cross means what? Disappointment.
The cross is about grief or worries or stress like you've been experiencing, Namira. Go ahead. I'll let you go if
Okay,
you have an
so
idea.
then maybe this is suggesting really that there's a sense of confusion that is still going to be present, but to some degree you're going to have differing feelings about it. Some of it may be feeling like you were over hard or
Maybe.
under hard. Maybe people will try to make you feel guilty about what you did. I don't know if that works on you or not. Maybe it doesn't. um I'm thinking there's something else, but I'm not quite getting there.
Well, the cross in that, it indicates and reflects that, you're worried and nervous, and maybe by week's end you might feel similarly. But I have to say, with the light side facing the cross, it might indicate that maybe some of your worries are lessening. Maybe, whatever happens by week's end won't be a deal breaker, won't be so terrible of a step back by the person. I really do feel this might have to do with that situation. And, don't, I would just suggest this: be clear. I know it looks like the crossroads, but
It's
it's
not
not.
okay.
Because it's number 36, and that's the last card in the
All right, I
Lenormand.
was really confused for a
Yeah.
moment.
And the last card in the Lenormand is the cross.
Gotcha.
So some of the numbers, I know by rote. Some of the 20s confuse me sometimes. But anyway, I want to say with the light side facing the clouds, or I'm sorry, the cross indicates to me that maybe be sure you don't blow things out of proportion. If things are improving, maybe, accept that there's going to be a little bit of ups and downs with that, but maybe that person is going to try harder now to make things right. I kind of get the feeling here, even though we have that ending with the Page of Pentacles reversed, then maybe things slowly might be improving, and we need to give it time to see if it's going to do that. But be ready to respond if you feel it's necessary. So good luck with that.
All right.
All right, Shirley is up, and Shirley's question is, will I get offered one of the higher paid positions I just applied for this week? Ooh, that sounds good. Boy, you keep putting it out there, Shirley. I have hope for you at some point getting something. All right, I am going to use this one. What did I do with the ducks I just brought in here, though? I must have put them to the back. Well, I will use them later. Okay. Thank you, Jackie. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, Shirley, let's see what's going on. Uh-oh. Get offered one of the high paid positions. Okay. Well, there's the Three of Swords here. Sadly, first card I pull and it's upright. Justice is reversed.
More knives.
I know. But the Lovers is here upright.
Hmm.
I know. We have a real interesting week of cards of the day, let me just say, coming. It's not going to be all happy joy this week, but just because cards are reversed, they aren't always all bad. So we will have some light.
Is that the garden again?
That is number 2. That's the clover.
Okay.
Yeah.
The clover.
Clover has purple flowers, so that kind of clover. And okay, number 14
Is
is
that the dog? No.
it's the fox. Is it the fox? Wow, I can't believe I don't know that. I think it's the fox, right?
You're right. It looks more like a fox than
It's
a
a
dog.
fox. Go ahead with it. I'm sure that's what it is. Well, let's look at the cards otherwise, though. Let me see. I've got it here. The fox.
We just got a subscriber.
Yay!
Yay. Hi,
Cat,
subscriber.
welcome.
Cat.
We love
We
cats
thank you.
here.
We thank you.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate that. All right.
I saw some really. Okay, so let's take a look at this in total here. Obviously, I feel here that there is some sadness and sorrow attached to these applications. Either they may reject you outright, or you might get an interview out of this, but you might not be treated, in your opinion, very even handedly here. And maybe if they reject you outright, you might be feeling that way as well. I'm going to stop with those cards, but I'm feeling that injustice or unfairness, you come away with that, I think, here.
Did you say that there was if they registered online? Is that what you said? No.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I misheard that.
Yeah.
So I think that the Three of Swords is really separation. This could pertain to that. It could just be saying that maybe you get told more sooner than later that they can't consider your application. That could overall lead to that sense of justice, maybe indicating there's something unfair there. Maybe that's something that you can perceive, or maybe that just is an underlying hidden reason, like, maybe this particular company already knew who they were going to hire. They had already predetermined. That would be unfair.
I'm going to wiggle this a little bit here, only because of the Lenormand, but we'll get to that later. The Lovers here indicates to me being upright here is indicating to me you are making all the right moves for yourselves and choices. I just feel that when I see this card. I could say to you, well, this isn't working out for you and you need to make better choices, but I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way, especially because Lenormand also is so positive here. And so I sort of feel like you are making the right choices. You are putting in applications at the right places. But there's always something. It's always something. Maybe somebody has somebody they already want to try to sneak into that job or something like that. Whatever the case may be, there seems like there may be some underhandedness here. Now, that being said, I want to jump to the Lenormand because I feel here that maybe this is indicating that not all is lost. Maybe possibly the sad news comes from one of the jobs and the unfairness, and the other one could play out for you. Or a stroke of luck could play into turning this around. This is really bizarre, I know, but I almost feel like here maybe whatever they're trying to pull to keep you out of, the mix of applicants might go against them. And maybe for example, somebody that they want to offer the job to rejects it. So they're going to give you a second look. So by luck, this could turn around, or it's possible you might actually get a call back from one of these two jobs.
I hadn't considered that because I guess I had kind of obscured the part about there being multiple things going on
Well, the
here.
clover.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
clover and or the fox sort of changes that picture. And I'm wondering really if the idea of a heartache or a breakup is not exactly about you. I mean, maybe it's about something else that relates to this because I do get the feeling like you could be lucky with one of these, one way or the other.
Is it possible, too, that maybe the sadness comes from you just feeling one of them is not really going to treat you fairly? In other words, they want to offer you less money or less benefits. I see what you're saying about the stocks there, and maybe there's some question about some of what one of these places will offer you. I can't rule that out either with one of these with this reading. So, Mr. O, I'm going to ask you really quickly if you think we should just do a quick yes no to the part of the question that says, hold on a minute, let me go back to it. Will I get offered one of the jobs she just applied for? Let's do a yes no specifically on that and
Do you
see
want to
if
use
it's
one of my
possible.
decks?
Because there is some ambiguity here.
Sure is.
Okay,
Do you want to use one of my
use
decks?
one of your decks.
All right, I'm going to use the Secrets Tarot.
And we'll do the fast yes no.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Let's see what it says. And if it's negative, I'm sorry, but still, I think with the clover in play, luck or fate may have something to do with the ultimate outcome of all of this.
well, your method of yes or no, one is an absolute no, but the other possibilities are either yes or wiggle room. Exciting. Breaking out the yes or no.
With the Secrets Tarot. Or is that what it's called? The Secret Tarot or
Secrets Tarot. The
Secrets
Secrets Tarot. Because you have the Tarot of Secrets,
Yes.
right?
Yes, I just used it up there, so it's cool. That's that deck.
Ah, alrighty. And it's Pentacles, so it will come with a price.
It will come with a price.
But it's the upright Knight of Pentacles, strongly suggesting this is just going to take a longer time, perhaps. And so that price might have to be your patience and or your ability to remain fresh and optimistic about any interactions or dialogue between you guys.
Right. It's about patience and there will be a waiting period. They may move slowly on some of this, or at least one of them might. But I think here that it's possible here that something could develop here for you. There may be a price though. It may not turn out to be exactly what you had hoped it was, or, the maybe the job duties, responsibilities, or the compensation benefits.
But the last thing that Shirley says, and then align with
Ah,
the idea that this is a pentacle, mean maybe it looks a little
it
favorable.
looks favorable though for something moving forward, but it may come with some strings attached.
You'll have to let us know.
Yeah, and so I want to say here, Shirley, the reason we took the Lenormand the way we did, if I didn't mention it, is you have the fox here, which is about a workplace, and you have luck. So that's why I'm saying
Yep.
there might be some twist of fate or luck that could make one of these jobs possible.
I am crossing my fingers
Good luck
for
with that.
you.
Yes. It's always Shirley some good luck here.
Wishing you great luck for this.
All right, Aries is up. Oopsie. All right, and Aries, new question.
New and revised.
And
And
you gave
here,
us a lot of background on this, which of course I can't copy all of
I'll
that.
go on book.
But it's interesting to me. So basically, you guys are matching with the same guys on the same dating apps, and you're wondering if this is the universe is doing. And what you spoke about your roommate is that, or your friend is that they would be perfectly willing to go to the same guys that you are attracted to. So here's my question to you: is there a way? I mean, can she see who you're trying to connect with on these dating apps, or can you kind of keep something more clandestine? That would be my advice. Try to keep her out of, you might be attracting the same guys, but does she have to know about that? And I'm using this, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to throw them out there. Reversed Page of Swords.
Oh, no.
I
Oh,
know.
my gosh. That's so interesting.
Ace of Cups.
Upright?
Upright.
Wow.
Wow. And then the reversed King of Wands. Well, I almost get the feeling like if this was the dating game and somehow you were competing against your friend, she got door number booby prize. I'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, that's so funny. I don't know if I could necessarily pinpoint who's getting door number two, but
The Page of Swords reversed.
hold on 1 second. Get this. Uh-oh.
Shocker.
You,
Snake. The snake you know, the snake you don't know. Uh-oh. Letter. And of course, that could be the app or
right, this all
any sort of
ties in
communications.
really with that page of swords and that Lenormand, holy moly, it does tie into the type of thing you're doing here and trying to accomplish. I think here with the Page of Swords, yeah, this is not a healthy thing. I mean, you guys are both alike, which is obviously have good, similar tastes, which is obviously why you're friends, but, this is tangled. This could be a real tangled web here with the Page of Swords reversed. It could indicate that this could mess up communications. This could cause a rift between how you feel about each other.
The Page of Swords almost always represents somebody to me who is maybe tactless, non-diplomatic. So therefore, it represents somebody that maybe is selfish in their own way or not willing to fully engage in a fair level. There's a question of fairness here.
Well, and I think you're an upright person, Ari, but I have to say here, you both are out for the same things here. And so I think, and you have strong, desires here at stake. And so it's not going to play well. It's not going to play well, even in the best of circumstances. Either one of you could, like, she could cry foul about things that you're doing and vice versa. And so it's just not a healthy situation right now, unless there's some way that you can screen out each other from seeing what you're doing. You may have the same likes and interests, but why do you have to see what each other are doing out there?
Well, your basic question though is that somehow you think that maybe the universe is causing this to happen. And, if
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
thought that way, maybe from your friend's point of view, the universe is not causing it to happen. And therefore, all's fair in love and war.
I have to agree with you on that. Yes,
Yeah.
totally. I do. I don't think this is a universal thing. It really comes from the fact that you both have very similar aims and goals. And the thing is that create problems at times like this. Um, the trick is, well, we'll get to the trick in a minute, but at any rate, the Ace of Cups is saying this is all about love. And the point is, you need to be open hearted about this. It is almost like if you are going for the same guy, it is going to be heart wrenching and it's going to be hard to handle. But, if you really care about your friend and she gets the guy, or if your friend cares about you and you get the guy, you've got to accept that. You've got to accept that with a loving heart. Why are you friends otherwise? Now, if she steals someone from you per se, snaky behavior, that's another matter, and we'll get to that.
Well, we're asking the question from why does the universe or is the universe doing this? And I look at that Ace of Cups there and I suggest to you that maybe the universe is saying what's meant to be will be, and that true love will win. True love will begin, will win. And so then you have to question your motives or your need to have this love or your feeling that you are in love, falling in love versus your friend. Which of you are really falling in love or which of you are hoping to fall in love? This may be about things like that, saying that sometimes you have to trust that the universe will let the right people fall in love or meet each other to at least, feel that out a little bit.
Yeah. And then, of course, at the end, we have the King of Wands reversed here. Um, I would say here that each of you have to try to handle this more responsibly in some way. I think the King of Wands could, I mean, I know I could see this as a person in door number two, like you had suggested, but I'm also thinking here that, you guys need to set boundaries here. You need boundary setting and you need to handle this responsibly. Otherwise, your friendship could be at stake here.
I'm almost channeling my non existent Aries part of myself and suggesting that the King of Wands reverse says, go large or go home. That maybe you have to, kind of stake your claim, that maybe you have to be bigger than life and say, I'm this person. I'm not saying you argue or fight over them, but maybe you overwhelm with the true nobility of your feelings here, if those are them, if those exist.
Wow, this is crazy reading. It really is.
So that letter and that snake.
Yes, it just seems to me that, this whole scenario and situation is, the social media, which I'm going to take the letter as being, these kind of dating app communications could lead to betrayals, jealousy, and not very good behavior from either one of you. And so the universe, maybe, if the universe has a hand in this at all, this is testing both of you and challenging you to let your better angels, be at play here.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that there's a sense of, deceit causing bitterness really would hurt both of you. Maybe that Ace of Cups just does suggest that the universe say whoever gets to this point, re, don't hate them, just feel good for them, as they should hopefully feel good for you.
Oh boy,
I know.
I wish you luck with this one. Woo! It's an interesting question to explore, and boy, the cards were pretty in on this one. And some good advice in there in the chat as well.
Yes, thank you, fellow Tarot Tribe Chat Advisory Committee.
Okay, Libra's up, and I have posted Libra's question.
And this one's my deck, right?
Yes. Wait.
I did use the Secrets Tarot, so it's your deck.
It's my deck. Yes, thank you. It is. Alrighty.
All right, so this sounds like you're reading, though. What do your
You.
guardian angels have to tell?
Okay, yes, indeed. Guardian angels. What do I want to use for that? Something different. I am going to use.
Hi, Libra.
The Guardian of the Night Tarot. Guardian Angels, Guardian of the Night. Guardians
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Oopsie. What am I doing?
Yes, that's fine, Kelsey. You're already on the list, so don't worry.
Yeah, thanks for
In fact, you're right after Libra, so that's
Yeah, you're the
quite
one I don't have a question for, so there it is.
You
All right.
probably planned it that way.
Thank you.
That's great, though.
As long as you stay, and can throw it in there, that's good. And you're right on the money because you're next after Libra. All right.
Oh, that's a good question, and I hope you get what you want there. It sounds pretty cool. Plus, you live in Canada, I guess, so that's even cooler. I so wish I could move to Canada.
Okay. Your guardian angel wants to tell you to make new friends. No, it's the Three of Cups reversed. Is to, or maybe even to be a better friend. It could be one or the other here. If you haven't been supportive of the people around you, it's time to step up. And otherwise, if people around you have really been not very supportive of you, not, kind of doing parties and events and not inviting you, you're feeling left out, you're feeling not supported, they're not around when they need you. It's time to maybe find some new friends, a social circle that you really vibe with.
It feels that way to me too. It feels like it could be saying your guardian angel wants you to know that maybe something about either a situation, a group circle, a family circle, or an actual event connected to that just won't be feeling right for you. And maybe it's because there's some, unsettled feelings or emotions about people involved in that. But for some reason, your guardian angel just sort of says, maybe whatever this is, it won't be your cup of tea. Why is this important?
Hello, Nuff Winks. Would you like a question? If so, we can add you on our list. So just let us know and drop a question in the chat.
All right.
All right.
Full handle.
So why is that important? It's the Seven of Swords reversed. So I think this is important because maybe you're coming to some realizations here that you need to make some changes, whether it's in your own self to be, like I said, a better friend and companion and supporter of the people around you, or vice versa. Maybe something comes to light or makes you realize this.
Yeah, it's almost like maybe you find out something that was maybe hidden or gossipy or something like that, and it's hurtful or it's deceitful or it challenges, things in your own life situations or friendships you already have. And I get the feeling like that's why you're not receiving this friendly thing anymore. This could be about maybe a very specific kind of relationship, and it's one that maybe you will say, maybe I want to be out of there.
So, where are things headed? Okay, the Knight of Swords is reversed here. Well, I would say where things are headed right now is that, ultimately maybe you're just letting this go for now. I almost feel like you're not giving this enough thought. You're brushing aside some things that maybe you need to take more seriously. I don't know why I'm feeling that way with the Knight of Swords, but I also feel here that where things are headed is that maybe too somebody or yourself, may do or say something that will make you realize that you have to make some changes. But I almost feel like maybe you're not giving this enough serious thought.
I don't think there's any kind of real danger here, but I sort of feel like feelings or other things will be slightly bruised a little bit. Maybe somebody will overreact, and I'm hoping it's not you. But maybe if words have to be said, you people may have to be cut to the quick, so to speak.
Catty Cat 3, are you Nuffwanks? It looks like you are.
Yeah,
So, all right, we will definitely add you. All right.
that was cute, by the way. All right, so and welcome
And,
aboard.
all right, awesome.
So here's the Lenormand for you, Libra.
No,
Oh,
CJ, you're not too late. We'll get you on.
hi, CJ.
So, okay, let me just update things here a little bit.
Okay,
Whoops.
so it's the cross once again and the key. And I'll just leave those like that.
Okay, why did that go bold on me? I don't know. Just a moment.
Mhm.
All right, I'll get the questions later. So,
Okay, so the cross and the key.
the cross and the key indicates to me here that if you ignore, like I said with the Knight of
Swords.
Swords, if you ignore this or don't give this some serious thought, then you just can expect more of the same grief or disappointment that you might be experiencing in others right now. And also, if this is about you not stepping up for the people around you, consider it the same. If you're not taking that seriously and realizing you need to be there more for them, then you can experience some grief to come out of that.
Right. It feels like, it's one of those moments where you have to decide one way or the other, and some of that will probably be irrevocable. Once close a certain door, it may not open easily again. But it's really on you, Libra, to decide what you want to do with this, is what it looks like.
Okay, I'm getting the last question in there. I knew that would happen. All
Alrighty.
right, I'm ready. So that's, I think, what we have for you, Libra. It's a kind of interesting reading for you. I don't know if that resonates at all, but good luck with that.
All right.
Whoopsie. Okay. All right, so let's see what we've got going here. We are on Kelsey, and Kelsey posted her question above, so I'm not going to repost that. I haven't read it yet, so I'm going to do that
Okay.
real
I
quick.
can get it. It's right
And
there.
you're getting a deck
But
going,
I have
right?
some glare on my screen, so
Oh
I'm going
yeah,
to
the
try to
sun's
close
coming
the shade
through.
over here because I can't really read.
Yeah, it's pretty bright. At least we got some sun today. Holy moly, it's been gloomy.
Yeah, that'll help. Alrighty, let's see. I'm going back to the Secrets Tarot again for this one.
What do you think you want to do with that, though?
I'm looking at it. Let's see.
So
Well, I guess it's a
it's a
two and
little
two.
bit. It's a
Isn't
little.
it like a two and two? Stay or seek?
Stay or seek out one of the other ones. We can't do all those individual places that you mentioned, but we can say if you should stay or go and seek out something else.
So we're
So
going to do that. We call that two and two. We'll have
yeah,
two cards there, and then the same with the Lenormand.
we'll see what the prospects are, Kelsey.
All right. And we wish you luck with that. That sounds fabulous.
All right.
Well, one way or the other. I mean, if
Well,
that came
you
through,
know,
if your contract is renewed that way, that would be the better option, probably. All right.
so the first one is staying and the other one is going, right? Staying,
Right. Staying
staying,
or going.
going, going. All right.
Okay. The staying side.
Yes.
It's the Nine of Wands reversed on
Hmm.
one hand, and then the Six of Cups reversed.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And we've got the rider, which is interesting too under those circumstances, and the clover.
Okay.
Well, it is an interesting read. I don't think it's ambiguous. I just think here
No.
with the Nine of Wands, well, that's a harder one for me. What was the other card again? Oh,
The
Six of.
Six of Cups reversed. They're both reversed. All right, Ari.
Well, I don't know how well you're getting along there. The Six of Cups reversed almost indicates to me that maybe something inside of you is yearning for something different. You know, that maybe some of the same old there might be feeling a little stale to you. I kind of feel that way, possibly with that Six of Cups. Um, and with the Nine of Wands, it's indicating to me that maybe you feel like this could end up being dead end for you someday. Sometimes the Nine of Wands, it speaks of preparedness, but or the lack thereof when it's reversed, but it also speaks of failure and defeat. And so maybe you feel here that there's maybe not as much to be gained by staying as there might be to go for something else. And I evidence that too with the Lenormand. I'm just going to finish and let you
Hmm.
go. Because with the Lenormand, I see possible you thinking maybe I should move on and seek greater rewards elsewhere.
Well, uh, sometimes when I see the Nine of Wands reversed, I sort of think of it as an on the fence attitude, somebody who could go either way. And so this is saying that maybe if it was pitched to you, you could go with it, but maybe you still might be interested in seeing what else is out there or trying your luck with that. Now, to me, with the Six of Cups reverse, maybe suggests that you feel like emotionally you do have more ties or more resonance, maybe with people or situations.
Well, Harry, check out the reading. You know, I do think there might be good intentions here, but it's just a prescription for possible disaster. Good luck.
Okay.
All right.
Um,
Sorry.
okay, so you definitely want to go where the money is. So, right, obviously you would, consider serious better offers. Um, but like I said, maybe there is an amount of emotional resonance for some reasons that make you feel like you could be loyal. But on the other hand, maybe that also applies to the idea that um, you feel emotionally like you could do better somewhere else too. And that is sort of more direct through the Lenormand, the rider, and the clover, feeling like maybe, and is it possible you know somebody who you did have a good relationship with and they left and went on, and maybe you are aware that they're happy moving on too? Because I get that psychic impression too, that you feel like you too could possibly find your luck somewhere else too.
Yeah, I think that I have to agree. I took that as the bouquet, but I see that it is the clover. I got confused by that one now too. And but I still feel luck may be, you may feel your luck is better moving on. That's essentially what Mr. O said. But let's see what these cards say about that.
So, in seeking elsewhere, we have a Page of Pentacles and a reversed Two of Cups. What do you have?
Oh,
And I'm going to move these aside a little bit so we can put them more in the center. Excuse me. And it's the mountain. First, there is the mountain. And the key returns.
well, this is interesting to me too, Kelsey. Um, The Page of Pentacles indicates you could have a great new beginning possible, something growthful coming your way. I think the Page of Pentacles is very positive in that regard. However, the Two of Cups reversed indicates you have to make sure that you are a perfect fit for whatever you're trying to go for here. That this is really going to fit you because it could be disastrous if not. So, in other words, the money can't be the only thing that pulls you there. You've got to make sure that you really want to work for these people and that you would be happy there. Now, I know sometimes we never find that out until we get in a job. So
Yeah.
sometimes you have to take your best guess scenario and go with it, but be sure you feel like you're really vibing with this, and it could work out well for you. I'm going to stop before I go to Lenormand. I have something great to say there, though.
Well, that was a little feeling that I had there, Kelsey. So that's interesting that you remark on that. I don't know if this is exactly about Hydro 1, but I do feel like that Page or Knave of Pentacles does represent somebody that wants to really analyze to some degree. There's a scholarly look, or there's a precise look at something about acquiring information about something, or that wisdom. Now, to me, the Two of Cups reverse could indicate that you're not feeling harmony or trust, perhaps, in some of that association, or going there, like maybe the initial steps of getting involved, and I'm not saying working there, but getting involved in the process, don't feel more off-putting, or don't feel like they're extending, harmony and trust to you. They're not looking at you as, the way you would want to be looked at.
Well, the Lenormand is another little cautionary thing, but I mean, it's just what we face when we change jobs. There will be challenges, there will be struggles, and just know that maybe, if you have a comfort level here and maybe you feel like you should stay here for a while longer, then maybe you should consider that because there will be challenges, with starting something new. If you're ready to face them, then, by all means, if you find a compatible company that you're happy with, and they're offering you more, then maybe you do want to go for it. It could be a bright new beginning.
So it mostly feels like it's on you in a way to decide this, that you have to really base what you may get, if the contract is extended, and how that makes you feel emotionally about this place, versus the idea that maybe if you're reaching out to your former manager, or you have other connects that you might make, you know, I don't know that we gave you a lot to work with, but it seems like, you have a lot to think about, of course, but, your heart will probably be the key to that too, in a way. The key in the mountain to me kind of indicate that, any way you look at it, or certainly in seeking out, there will be some amount of, struggle, or not struggle so much, but just things in the way of there. So in some sense, it's more comfortable to stay where you already are. Especially if they do give you more money, you might have more work to do here, or you might have to really niche at your place, climb to your position.
Yeah, I like it. So it's a little bit ambiguous, but either way, I feel like here there are some possible wins. And there are definitely some challenges as well. So, I wish you luck either way. And all I would say to Kelsey is there is nothing stopping you, from accepting the offer here to continue on, but to scope out the other companies and see if anybody's hiring and get an interview. It may seem like you are being unfaithful to the place you're working at now, but you know what? You're faithful to yourself and your future. And so it's perfectly acceptable for you to do that and to, not hedge your bets on that and give up on one. Just check out the field and see if and if it doesn't look good, stay where you are. Good luck with that.
You asked another question there, and sometimes for those, I just take a look at the bottom card of the deck and see if it gives me anything. And I did pull the world. So this could be indicating that maybe, you get the world, you get what you want out of negotiations. I can't say it's absolutely the truth, but it feels like it's a good call in a way that maybe that could happen for you, Kelsey. And you absolutely have to let us know if that happens. We would love to hear that. And Ari, you're a whole stream of consciousness there. And I'm sorry if we kind of inferred that you and your friend are sort of friendly rivals in a way.
No, it's just the way the cards came out. What it's saying is this situation, though, could get complicated. Okay? It could. It looks like that from the cards. But the Ace of Cups upright makes me hopeful that you both will let your higher angels prevail.
Ah, good luck, Ari. And good luck, Kelsey. You're welcome.
Spirit Connections is up.
All right.
And there's their question, a general reading.
Very
All
good.
right, I'm going to get
And that's going to be your deck, right?
Yepers. Uh, okay, this one. And there's that for you.
Thank you.
Hey.
So we are in the Detroit area, if you don't know, and our weather's been doing a little bit of a flippy flop over the last week or so. We got really warm in the last day or two, and then overnight we're back to being colder.
Back to being colder. It's going to get colder still, but hopefully
Thank
not
you,
as bad
Banshee.
as it was in December by week's end. It's going to be in the 20s. And I'm just hoping we're not going to be facing those very low wind chills again. Brr. Those were cold.
Hey, Spirit Connection, aka Christine.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, this came out in this deck. The Three of Swords upright. And along with that, we have Strength upright.
The cards are very pretty,
Aren't they? And the Four of Cups upright.
so some nice cards. And we have the ship and the garden. Garden is doing good diligence here this afternoon, showing up a bit.
Frozen pipes. Yeah, I don't know. Like you blink in Michigan and the weather changes. That's all
I
we can
know.
say. I love my state, but the weather definitely here keeps us on our toes. All right. Well, I'm not sure why the Three of Swords is here. Everything else seems really pretty positive. Are you sweating some sort of decision you have to make, or with that Four of Cups here, I'm just wondering about because really everything else here looks pretty positive. Um, oh, really? And you're doing better now. Okay. Well, I'm glad that resonates with you because I'm kerfluffled.
Right. I mean, the Three of Swords is often, not a happy card. We really
Yeah.
have to spin it for a happy hour. It can talk about, intense emotional feelings that, resemble heartbreak or separation feelings.
So as you can see here by that card, something was tugging at your heart, obviously, and making you feel kind of blue. I think your strength is here for a reason then. Strength is saying that I think, that you're coming back into your power now. You're feeling more yourself after whatever this was. And you're saying that, you're saying you are doing better now.
You were able to apply a lot of compassion and understanding to a problem or something that needed a solution.
And so, what's next here? What's next here with the Four of Cups is a time where maybe you just need to contemplate more, whether it's about this situation or something else. You need to kind of contemplate what moves you're going to make next. And be sure that, because I feel here that maybe some opportunity might be about to present itself to you. And, you might want to give it some thought first if you're really prepared and ready for it.
Right. If you have nothing else in particular, this may mean that you have a bit to think about. Maybe there are either lingering questions or ramifications, perhaps, from what that was, and you have to think about that. The Lenormand is interesting too because maybe it's suggesting that you need to do a getaway of some sort. Maybe get out of social media for a while, the public, take a journey or just sort of do something, to relax and refresh yourself.
Well, and I also think this might be saying there might be some moves and changes in your social circle. They're not necessarily related to this, though it could be. I do, this is a general read. I feel that there may be some changes going on, some movement there. And so maybe there's people coming into your social circle. That could be possible. Or, some people are moving away now from, you at this time. It's one or the other, I think, but I'm not totally getting a beat on this one.
Yeah, it's mostly a pretty good reading.
Just feel that this may not be related to the reading.
I think so
Yeah.
too. I think that's possible that that could just be an aftermath situation. I mean, maybe that is about, getting the permit even, that you had to do extra moves on that. Um, dealing with a public office of some sort or the licensing situation there.
Well, Christine, that's awesome. That is awesome about the martial
Good
arts.
for you.
Not so awesome about this more proof, but you know, little setbacks. But everything looks pretty good here overall, I think. And I really think this came up because maybe you had just undergone and gone through it. Sometimes the cards are like that.
That's true.
They reflect on things that are just passing. They may still have some influence on you, but it's lessening now, as we could see with the strength card coming like right after that.
Yeah,
So, with that.
just remain optimistic about, considerations you still have to make in this regard.
All right. That's what we.
Hi, Emily.
Who's here?
I think we can put you on the list, but we're probably going to close it now then, maybe
Soon.
soon. All right.
Maybe one more.
If we get one more.
Yeah, and it depends on the timing. Absolutely. All right. So Emily is on the list. And why is this doing bold every time I speak? It's crazy. All right. Oopsie. Okay.
You're welcome.
Oh, let me get the list out there updated. All right, and Lovelu's question. Lovelu has left a question. I would love to receive a message from my angels about what awaits me in love in 2026. In particular, will they be in a relationship? Okay.
And I'm going to switch now to the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. Thank you for your question, Emily.
Really? Oh, for crying out
All right, I'm going to throw the cards.
loud.
The first card is the upright Five of Swords. The second card is the Hierophant, and that is also upright.
This is unbelievable.
And the last card is the upright Two of Swords.
I'm totally kind of flummoxed here.
Sure.
Want to make some announcements?
Sure. I will announce that we are back on Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Our regular live stream on Thursday nights. And I will also mention that on happy hour, whoops, we are not there on Saturday at 10 a.m. It will actually be Saturday at 4 p.m. I'm busy in the morning and won't be able to be here for the morning show. So join us in the afternoon at 4 p.m. for the happy hour. And of course, it's no questions. It's just our one card with a positive, uplifting message for everyone in the chat room. So check that out. Also, earlier today was Banshee's Material Matters, which is a great reading for the signs of the zodiac, giving the keys to success in business, education, and finance for all. Did I do good enough?
That's fine. Thank you so much.
Alrighty.
It's another computer glitch. All right.
So this was for Lovelu, and the three cards were the Five of Swords upright, Hierophant upright, and the Two of Swords upright.
Huh. Wow, what a tangled card reading that is.
I'm not exactly sure. There's something about a relationship with the Hierophant, perhaps. But the Five of Swords makes it look like there's also some trepidation about, maybe people who are in combat in certain ways with each other, angry or trying to, usurp. I don't know how you want to call that. Okay, so we have the cross in Lenormand, and we have the coffin.
Well, this is sort of interesting here. I think I think that there could be a relationship possible, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be a very healthy one. Because number one, at least at this time, number one, the Five of Swords is here and it indicates conflict, disagreement. It seems like you are not matching with each other, and it could be because the Hierophant is here. The person that may come into your life, could be somebody who is very stodgy, very set in their ways, and kind of has certain expectations that they would like to see met. And you may just not feel good about that.
It doesn't feel like it's the most promising association. The Hierophant itself can represent the idea of the institution of marriage or it could talk about maybe a relationship that has a strong foundation, but it's based on the idea maybe of conformity to traditions or perhaps religious observances. And that Five of Swords absolutely talks about some conflicts that maybe are worthy of, saying, hey, I should totally back out of this. Moving ahead to the Two of Swords, the idea is that there's something kind of judgmental about that situation too. And so you may feel like you're not able to really express yourself. You're sort of more like a witness to what's going on.
I kind of like that. And it's interesting. If I had to look at the Hierophant as marriage, I think it's a cautionary tale here saying that, look at, if you guys can't agree on stuff and you're arguing a bit, and if this person seems like very demanding of you and one-sided in the relationship, you have to do this, you have to do that, these are my expectations, you really need to consider if you really should marry this person. And that's why I think the Two of Swords is here for me. I think here you really need to give serious thought as to whether you want to marry a person who really has such high demands for you and not giving you any kind of freedom to be you
They
in
may
the
be causing the
relationship.
conflict, is really what it looks like.
And the coffin and the wow, this is a love reading, so I am definitely gonna only stick with love on this and say that, you know, you need to put an end to something that could cause you long term grief and not, and not tie the knot with somebody, get married to somebody who you are not compatible with. So there is a danger here in the year ahead that that could happen. Now, that being said, I think this is a cautionary tale here, this reading. Maybe you will have more than one relationship in this year, but somebody that might be coming into your life may not be very good for you. So,
So the bottom line is the angels are saying, really be careful that maybe, this isn't the best relationship if this one comes
yeah, and
across.
be open to looking for other alternatives. There may be one out there. It's not showing in these cards at this time. It really, I think, focused on one possible scenario here.
We can
So
ask again.
we can ask again another time. So good luck with that.
Good luck
And
with that.
also, we can see what comes out when we do your birthday reading.
Yeah, there you go. And we're going
Yours.
to do that next
We'll do it
Thursday.
next Thursday for you. Jamie, we will add you and we will close the list.
Yay,
We were
Jamie's
saying we
here.
could add one more
We did. Already.
because the list was kind of short today, so we took our time a little bit more.
Yeah, but now we're in that final stretch, and I think we need to let it go.
Right, we can't get the total amount we usually read for, but we can add this one other Jamie's Cowboys in and we'll be fine.
All right.
Uh,
Cool. So we are in Catty Cat then. And Catty Cat left us a very interesting question. I'm going to go back and look at that
yeah, I have it here.
already.
I'm sorry I didn't post yet, but I'm trying to get Jamie in. Okay, here is the
So it's
new
about
list.
whether Sven will reach out.
Yes,
Okay, is that me again? No, that's you this time.
it is me. I'm going to grab a deck. All right, there's the question. I'm going to use the Newman. Nope, not that one. Where are you? I know you're here. Yes, the Numinous.
Is it a two and two? Will,
Um,
will she meet somebody new, or will Sven reach out, or do we just do that as one? I think because I think the cards would show us if it was somebody new. Maybe. What do you think?
well, I think what we could do if it's ambiguous, let's
Is
focus on the first part. Will he reach out to me again? We could do yes, no's if we need to. Hi there, Catty Cat. Thank you for subscribing. We hope you stick around and like the reading. We'll see what we come up with here for you. Um, I could almost go two and two, though. You know what? No, I'm not going to do 2 and 2. I won't. You've already got your cards laid out, so good with that. I should have made up my mind. Okay. We might have to do some yes nos here.
All right.
I have a feeling. Okay, we have the Dreamer of Bells, which is the Page of Swords upright.
Page of Swords upright.
That's a sign of communication, I hope. But that is followed, and these were mixed up and they weren't in order to begin with. That is followed by the Two of Bells, the Two of Swords.
Or are they swords?
Yeah, bells are swords. Bells are swords because they wake you.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm going to throw another card on this because this is an extra card he throws in the deck called the Numinous that came out. So I'm going to throw a card on top of that. And it is the Five of Vials. So it's interesting. I think the Numinous really does call for that in a way to get more information. And so that's what I'm going to do here is that it needs more clarification. And you just got it. Oh boy. So this is about Sven, I think, in a way here.
All right, and the Lenormand is that the lady?
Yes.
And the anchor.
Oh.
Which okay, I have a definite thought about that one.
Do ya?
I
Well,
think
it's the lady and the anchor. Mysterious forces are at play, is what the numinous means. And so it is interesting. I think it's going to play really well. We're going to talk about this. Okay, and I'll guide you. You'll let me go with that last card first, I think, but not first, but before you when I get to it.
the
Okay.
Five of Cups.
Yeah. Well, the Five of Cups and the Numinous.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. So basically here, I think either they're going to reach out or not, but it's not necessarily going to be fruitful when they do. I feel here though, this is about communication and establishing more communication with each other. The Page of Swords here. But the Two of Swords is here, and the Two of Swords almost feels like there's a standoff going on here, like a stalemate, like maybe Sven is thinking about it, but is he really going to do it? It seems very unclear to me.
I like that. I feel like I have to shoot to the Lenormand and say that Sven won't admit it to you, but he's really anchored to you. That's you, the lady there, and that he sort of doesn't want to put voice to his feelings. You don't think so?
I'm not that hopeful here.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Well, that's all I wanted to say there. That's why I wanted to jump there. The Page of Swords could say there's a sense really of moving with some amount of diplomacy and tact. Maybe they're waiting for something in particular. The Two of Swords also indicates a waiting period besides just being a stalemate, that maybe they feel they need to see more or understand more. Is that coming from you? Like, do they feel like they need some encouragement or sign from you? And that's not necessarily good, but I'm just saying they could be feeling that way.
Well, and what's really interesting, if I look at what you asked, you're stuck on him. Will he ever reach out to me again? That's what you want to know. So I'm not necessarily steering my thoughts towards Sven specifically, but to this idea of you both coming together again or not. And I feel here that it is kind of up in the air. I can't rule out what Mr. O said, but I'm getting a different feel from the anchor and you. It's almost like you're stuck on them. You are. You're stuck on them. The anchor says that you are the
you
one.
said it.
Right. You are the one that's kind of anchored on him, maybe, and not Sven. It's sort of what I'm feeling here when I see this.
Okay,
But
that's
but
fair.
that being said, I feel here that there may be some thought given to contacting you, but they're really kind of stuck themselves on this and not so sure. And the numinous is saying, remember, I just read that mysterious forces are at work here. And the Five of Cups is indicating to me that, you know what? This might end up to being a disappointment for you. The Five of Cups is usually talking about disappointment when it's upright and despair, and often about somebody that has left you or you're not in contact with or has disappointed you or caused you some sorrow in some way. And so, but the good news about the Five of Cups is that there is hope. There is something still standing. So it could be that maybe after giving it thought they could come back, but I wouldn't totally bank on that. That Two of Cups could indicate to me that maybe you're right and that you could be, in possibly thinking about the idea that maybe you should seek your fortunes elsewhere. That those two cups are standing saying, but wait, there's more out there to life than just waiting for somebody that's keeping you hanging. So, you know what? Maybe you should start opening yourself up to the idea that it's time to move on, but maybe set a deadline for yourself here. I always say that. Instead of feeling stuck, set a boundary, set a deadline, and say, if they're not going to contact me again by such and such, it's time to move on. And I mean, don't make it a year from now. Be a little bit more realistic than that because you shouldn't hold up your life for somebody who's holding you up. And a month, 3 months, whatever you feel is reasonable, I feel in that time frame might be the way to go here, depending on how long this has been going on for you right now.
Gee, I was wondering if you're going to take a breath at all, Banshee.
No.
No. Well, Catty Cat, I almost feel like to some degree, all of these cards,
Oh,
and including the Five of Cups, could pertain to either of you. And so that maybe that Five of Cups represents the idea that each of you had that sense of disappointment. Who's going to try to make it better or reach out at least for understanding? And I guess you wrote something, so I want to take a look at that.
and that could be exactly why that Five of Cups came up for you. I'm just reading what you said now before I said what I said. And, it's very likely you are when we've had a relationship and we are really stuck on a person that we have broken up with, nobody else can measure up, right? Nobody else seems to measure up because you're still feeling that attachment to the person you were with. And I think that is perfectly understandable. Um, but sooner or later, if nobody's going to break the stalemate here, you're going to have to realize that maybe I'm being too hard on some of these candidates, but hey, talk to Ari out here, our Aries friend. She has gone through a lot of bad people out there in the world right now, relationship wise. So, yeah, it may be hard to find the right person, but that doesn't mean you can't keep looking. So, I know, but so set yourself a boundary. I think it's realistic for you to hope that this person could return.
Good luck.
I wish you luck with that. But I think you could see here, it doesn't seem like anything is happening in that regard of him contacting at the moment, anyway. So if you want to check in again, maybe by the
Yes,
end of the month or something like that on this particular question, or feel free to ask other questions. Come back to our show, ask other questions relating to Sven or your relationship potentials
you're
at the
welcome.
next show. Good luck with that. All right, let's move on to CJ, who wants whatever comes out.
All right. Let's see. I'll move on to a new deck then this time, and I'm going to use a deck I've not used
Ooh,
before. I don't think I did. And it was gifted to us at Christmas time by our friends Fig and Mara.
I was wondering when you were going to bring it out.
It's the Phantom Queen Tarot. And it's done by a Michigan, that is local creator. I don't have their name present at the moment. I guess it's more about more Celtic or kind of based imagery, Morgan, Cailleach kind of stuff. But it is a pretty deck, and I am using it here for the first time. I warmed it up a little bit before the show. So let's see. Hi, CJ. What we get? And you said whatever comes.
Oh, that's so weird. I don't know. My computer. It's a strange thing.
First card is the upright Eight of Pentacles.
Okay, the Eight of Pentacles.
The upright Queen of Wands. Complete with the little black cat. And the upright Judgment.
Oh, nice reading. Let's see what I get with the Lenormand. The Eight of Pentacles, busy, busy, busy on something, CJ, right? You know, busy on maybe, ah,
Perfecting for one. I think
yeah,
you are trying to maybe, learn new skills or fortify the ones you do have. It could be about, maybe working on a specific project where there's a sense of detail that will need to happen. Even if it's, not necessarily creating something physical, there just may be some project where you need to have mental clarity for it. In the Lenormand is the stork. That almost adds to that. And stars, right?
yeah. What are they looking up at? The stars.
Oh, I thought that was a highway down here.
I know what they're
I thought that
sitting
was
on.
like a road. I couldn't make it out.
You know, it's an interesting image because each of them have their own dreams and the road is between them. You know, it's kind of cool. I
Yeah.
kind of like that image. Anyway, all right.
Busy on everything, eh?
Yeah, busy, busy, busy on everything. And maybe even busy on creating a new you this year. You know, I look at that Queen of Wands. How can you make yourself stand out more? Whether this is, to attract somebody in your life or whether this is to impress employers or people around you. This could be physical, but this could also be, internal and, coming up with new ideas, new freshening up your image, so to speak, whatever. This is just show and how to stand out more and how to be maybe even more of a leader, whether this is, in your business or your personal life.
Right. There's a strong sense here that maybe if you're not aware, there's something's coming to you that maybe represents a chance to really stand out, like Banshee says, sort of make a big impression. With the judgment card there, I'm wondering if it's, a realization that something is just perfect for you, some sort of new job or situation or a person to be associated with, and you need to, work with a plan and also with that sense of really confidence and bravery as needed to move forward into it.
Well, what's funny about the judgment card? Obviously, the judgment card talks about transformation, and maybe something is spurring you to do this, to work on the self. I almost think this is work on the self for some reason,
Yeah, I like
and
that.
maybe recreate, maybe doing something different. Sometimes when that card has come up for somebody else in our chat here, I'm not going to name names, but I have called that card, and even I've done it on, for the collective. I call that card the magical makeover card, that this is a time to do a makeover in some aspect of yourself yourself, your life, your physical self, your spiritual self, your lifestyle, whatever the case may
It's
be.
probably enhanced by those Lenormand.
It is enhanced by the
The
Lenormand.
stars and the stork.
The stork is indicating again, this is a new year, a new you, a new beginning. This is a time to consider ways of transforming yourself for the better. And the stars here, maybe to align yourself more with what you hope and dream to get out of life.
I can't say anymore, really. I think, CJ, this is saying there's a great opportunity coming to you, or that maybe you're going to be, kind of lit up with the possibility in your own mind that maybe through the work you do or the situations you work with, you're going to see some possibility for yourself that really is a good thing, a game changer, even.
Yeah. Wow.
Does it really? Think?
So it's an interesting reading, definitely. Good luck with that.
Good luck, CJ.
All right. Emily is up. And Emily says, is Dee wanting to come towards me? All
You
right.
are welcome, CJ. I keep them.
Yeah, keep them. I'll give them to you. All right, there is the question. And that was my deck, right? No, it was not my deck. So let me grab a deck. What the heck? I'm going to grab the Ciro Marchetti deck, Tarot Grand Lux. I brought that one back out. Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Well, we got a King of Coins here upright.
Have it your way at Burger King.
Oh my goodness. We have the Four of Wands here upright. Ha! But we got the world reversed. But don't feel bad yet. Don't feel bad about the world
Is D
reversed.
an Earth sign?
I will have to see what the Lenormand brings for this one. But this looks intriguing. Oh my goodness.
And the Rider,
The sun.
the Sun. That's right.
Wow, you're wondering if they are coming towards you. It's highly possible.
It is.
It's
I think
highly
so.
possible. Um, I'm not gonna. I have to say the King of Pentacles. I don't know if they're an Earth sign. You said you're not sure, but they are very practical minded. It seems to me they seem to be. If they don't have a lot of Earth energy, they seem very grounded. Did you by chance meet? I mean, have you seen them either at school or at work, by chance? When I see the pentacle here, I'm just wondering if it's in kind of a business or school environment that you might have met them at. But they seem very smart. They seem certainly very smart and astute, and they're very careful about the way they handle their relationships and things in their life.
They're practical, pragmatic. They're balanced in a way. Uh,
Work.
they
Okay.
may, yeah, I mentioned that.
Okay.
They may not always show emotions. Some Earth signs are like that. They kind of, well, Scorpios like that too. They can kind of hide their emotions if they wish to, or just not be very ebullient, as one would say. The King, no, the Four of
I
Wands
know.
suggest something good happening. Maybe that's, in the sense of, how did you ask the question? Is D wanting to come
Coming
towards?
towards.
Well, so D may actually feel that there's a party where you are, there's fun, there's a sense of
Mm.
belonging, so even if they are not expressive, and I don't know, I'm just was supposing that because of that possible, earth connection, they may be, really looking for, a friendly time or feeling like, you give them the idea of belonging in some way.
They may want to work on, establishing a relationship with you. The Four of Wands can be a serious card about a wedding or marriage,
True.
but it also has this idea of setting the stage for that, building towards that.
Yeah.
Building towards a goal. If it's not about marriage and that, it's about building towards a goal.
Well, it
And
can also
so
be about the harvest too,
it
right?
can be about the harvest, right? Um,
The celebration of that.
Celebration, but fours are establishing a foundation for
Yeah.
that, I feel.
Yeah.
And he may have that on his mind. It's highly possible here. However, I think he's not ready to express that yet. I think there's still some reasons why. Maybe they feel like they have to get to know you better, or maybe something sets the stage for that. When Mr. O brought the idea out about a party or whatever, I could almost see here that maybe some socializing or some social actions, sharing a table in the lunchroom and talking, whatever, going for coffee breaks, whatever, may help start something, some connection going here.
Well, when you consider, the possibility of an earth kind of sentiment there, whether they're an earth sign or not, maybe they just have Capricorn in one of their signs, that kind of thing. The idea may be that they're not really moving quickly in a sense because maybe they want to, enjoy the view, so to speak, that they want to
Enjoy the
be
journey.
enjoy the journey, be friends first before moving quickly towards something. Just a thought I do feel. I don't know that it's very substantiated. This could also indicate maybe too that they still have something they're working through. So the thing is that maybe you don't realize it, but maybe there are other matters in their life, relationships or other things that they are working away from.
So I could look at the Lenormand like a few different ways. All of them are mostly good. One is just a little bit like ambiguous. And first off, when you see the sun and the rider, it is basically saying successful move could happen here. They could move towards you if that is your desire, but also they could move towards you if that is their desire. And so I think here maybe they don't realize it or not, but they have to feel good. They have to feel good, and that this will bring them joy. And also, I feel here if this move does happen, this will bring you joy, and it could be successful. It could be the start of a positive foundation for a new relationship.
I like that. I like those Lenormands too. Uh, the sun to me informs the writer with saying you want to move feeling confident and successful and sort of a sense of bringing light or joy to that, and so that could be the possibility that D feels that way too, that moving towards you brings him towards something that feels good. So good luck with
Good
that.
luck with that. Wow, sounds awesome. We never put the list as closed up, but I am. Oh, you did. I
I did.
didn't. Feel bad. Sorry.
Oh well, nobody else has come, and I'll tell them. The list is
Put it up
closed.
now. We're on our last reading with Jamie. And Jamie what has a question here. And let me get that out. Oh, Kara. Do we want to fit Kara in?
I'll take care of.
We'll take you, Kara.
You owe us.
Jesus, Kara. Jeebus. Well, I don't blame you for coming late. Sonny has flown the coop long ago.
He got tired of waiting for
He
you.
got tired of waiting for you, Kara. All right, I'm posting the question and I am adding our friend Kara. Whoops, why didn't it do it? There it is. Okay. Maybe I didn't see you come in earlier, but I don't know.
No, she says she just woke up.
Oh, okay. You
Okay,
just
so what
woke
is
up.
that?
Jamie's question.
Yeah.
It's a general, and why is things going so well with her friend? With the friend, it feels like a new memory. She's so caring.
Okay.
Well, I hope we get good cards to back that up.
I almost feel like I should do that as your 1, 2, 3.
Um, if you want to, we'll see if it works. It could.
That basic
It
question,
could.
why?
Let's do it that way.
Yeah.
We'll try it. I mean, if you ever feel like it, I might say no sometimes, but
Well, I'd
sometimes,
rather have you give me your feedback
yeah.
because usually I won't decide then in that case. Okay, so why is it going so well with your friend? And Spirit says justice. It
Wow.
was fair to do this. It was fair to come back to each other as friends again or reawaken your balance or sense of what was
How about
just
it
in your
was
life.
right to do that?
All right, so why is that important?
Well, wait a minute.
Oh,
I didn't say enough about that. I'm
you
sorry.
never do
It was
that.
right to do that, but it was also because this person may be in a better place now. You know, they're looking at you differently because they themselves are a little bit different from the way they were before. They're a bit more balanced, their energy is more balanced, and they feel good about things now.
One could almost look at justice and say that there's something karmic about it too.
Yes,
That,
okay.
maybe it was karma that you went through that and then came back together.
Yep.
So why is this important then? That you understand it was justice, it was right for that to happen. It's the reversed Eight of Wands. Well, it was important because without it, there was no plan, there was no target, there was no energy. Things had just literally kind of lost their purpose.
Well, I think why is this important? Because this is about um, why it's going so well is because why it's important is because she's found her balance in her center again, where, before she did not have that. She did not have that. She was scattered. She was not thinking clearly. Or this person was not thinking clearly. And now they feel more focused.
Where will this go? I know. And it's the Queen of Swords reversed. And so to put it in a good context that I'd like to leave it in, it could be saying that, there still is the opportunity that certain choices have to be made and they need to be made without malice or problematic, that sometimes certain things have to be done for the sake of justice, whatever those are.
And I feel here that what that's saying to me is the Queen of Swords that both of you have to, maybe need to be a little less, maybe now will be a little less harsh with one another. You'll be able to be more open and you'll be able to be more. I feel like, it's reversed here. I want to also say, though, that when you guys make mistakes and you have issues, maybe try to be more understanding with one another now. And maybe that's it. Maybe she realizes before I'm sorry, I keep saying she, but I like to keep things neutral anyway. But maybe they realized before that they were being a little bit more hard on you than they needed to be. And so where this is heading is maybe behaviors still need to be monitored a little bit here, but let's try to get each other some slack because everything seems to be off to a much better place right now.
Lenormand.
Well, let's see what this says.
And there you are again, perhaps,
Or her,
or
or them,
children,
them.
them, coffin. Okay, she's not dying.
Well, at first I thought, wow, because all this happened really since the time you were in the hospital, right? Am I right about that?
Yeah,
When she came back finally after you got out of the hospital, maybe that really made her think about things and that she didn't want, this whole thing to come to an end. I think here that maybe both of you deep down, because I know, you had a difficult time dealing with this too, um, didn't want this to come to an end. I
yes.
sort of feel that way here. I think that's what the Lenormand is about. Do you have any other thoughts on
No,
that?
I like that. That's a good way of putting it. Um, the end of the division or the separation
Separation.
between
Right.
you. And
Right.
yeah, it was probably because of that.
So good luck with that.
That's what we have,
It
Jamie's.
looks like I think things are better now, overall. However, you both have to give yourself, some room to make mistakes. I think that Queen of Swords to me reversed there is saying that. But other than that, I think it looks a lot better, a lot more stable. So good luck with that.
I guess you can. I'll take a look at that. Um, do you still have our email?
All right. All right. Well, we're done. Oh, Kara,
We
Kara.
have Kara.
Ah, we have added you. You are up, Kara.
Yeah, I remember you talked about that too. I would look at that and maybe give you some comments on that. Um,
Why am I feeling drained and foggy? Bad juju on me. Oh no, I hope not. Hope that doesn't pop up. All right, my deck. And guess what? You're in time for me, Kara, to use my Elements of the North Tarot. This kind of strange, symbolic deck with the runes sort of included. I kind of like this deck. It's minimalistic, but wow, very nice. All right, bring it out again.
well, I certainly hope not. Um, if it persists, of course, it could be a number of things. It could just be um, spiritual energies that are hovering around you, and you might want to do sage or water and salt around your home or things like that. You've had something like that once before, too. A thing that happened when you were a kid.
All right. Well, the King of Cups is upright. We start off with that. The Five of Wands is upright as well. Oh, wow. And the Emperor is here upright. They're all upright. Interesting. And what do you got?
It's the man and the home, the house, the home.
Hmm. Could there be something? Could there be an entity kind of visiting? You know,
Oh.
Do you sense that there's anything, around you? I almost wonder about that. I'm not sure it's coming from an exterior source, but it could be. I Let's take a look at the cards. The King of Cups, though, upright indicates that just keep your emotions together. I know you're feeling drained right now and foggy, but keep your emotions in check on this. Don't get carried away, because if there is negative energy surrounding you, they prey on that, right? It preys on that. It preys on vulnerabilities like that.
Well, the King of Cups represents maybe a higher quality of spiritual vibration within a person or possibly an entity. So this could be saying that, there are guardians for you, Odin or whoever
There
you
could be.
may, pray to. So these may be off setting things there.
I like
Is
that.
it possible that those energies conflict with other energies? I only say that because of that Five of Wands
Well,
there.
and yeah, and what's interesting to me is that we have, oh gosh,
It's the
so home.
Emperor.
Yeah, no, no, no. Yeah. No, the Five of Wands to me kind of indicates that there is some internal conflict going on possibly within
Some
you.
conflict.
Or it could be that there is an energy that is messing with you and making you feel very unsettled inside. Maybe that's why this is here. And so I can't rule it out. And it's not so much the King of Cups that's grabbing me on this, it's really this here that's grabbing me on that, that there could be some force. I like, I like what you're saying though, because of the Emperor and the King of Cups is here too, straddling this conflict in the middle. I mean, they're on either side of that. And it almost seems like they're both at play here. And what it's saying to me is, you are strong enough to overcome whatever this is. You have the Emperor's wisdom and knowledge and strength to overcome this. You are stronger than the spirit, I feel. But the emotion thing here, you also have to make sure that you are, making sure that your emotions are balanced enough to manage this. I think you can. I think you really can. There's definitely something roiling and burbling up here. And when I see this man in the house, I feel like it could be in the home. It could be in the home right now.
In your own practice, whatever you do, whether there's, affirmations or praying at your own space, these things may conflict with other people in your home too. Like maybe not everybody feels great, even if they don't talk to you about what you do, your belief system being different from theirs. So this could represent the idea of some of those energies pinging a little bit. If it really gets bad, we could suggest you do the swifting of magic,
Swifting of
the
energy,
swifting of energy spell.
which is a
Uh,
really cool
just
spell.
involves a
Yeah.
couple small tea light candles and some salt.
Yeah. So you could do that, but also, saging and doing the usual stuff. You may want to cleanse yourself in some way, absolutely here, to gird yourself for, just saying, move on. Tell spirits and entities, hey, take a hike. Hit the road, hit the road, Jack.
That's right.
Don't you come back no more.
Oh, you're so
So
funny, Banshee.
I do think that you can handle this, though. The cards are too positive for me not to think that
I
overall.
agree.
Yeah, but I feel like there's something disrupting the energy. Unless this is some deep seated shadow of yours that is coming up, but I kind of feel it's outside. It's something
I
that's
think it's more likely outside too. I don't think it's you, of course.
popped in, and you can take control. Good luck with that. All right, that's it. We're done.
All right.
I want to thank everybody for your questions today. They were interesting, and we hope you got some good
Our
info.
new subscriber, Cat Cat. Thank you
Thank you
so
for
much.
subscribing, Cat Cat. If you're still here, hope to see you again, and good luck to everybody in the week ahead. And stay safe out there. It's a crazy world right now. We hope to see you next time. Bye bye for now.
Bye bye.